taste this. A little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it?
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment and subscribe and share with your friends and your family. Today's video is an extreme 24-hour glow up because Lord knows my hair absolutely needed it. So I had to do a thorough deep condition, wash, pre-poo, absolutely everything. So I didn't want to blow dry and straighten my hair in the same day that I washed it. I was entirely too tired to do that on this occasion. So as you can see, I'm taking out my twists from the night before. I always make sure I do this under running water just to reduce the tangles and reduce any snagging. As you know, your hair is in its most delicate state when it is wet. So I don't put any product in it the night before, but I'm just putting in a multi-use hair oil now to help me with detangling it. The Tangle Teaser is my favorite brush for detangling my hair, and that's on wet hair and dry hair. They popped off with this brush, honestly. I bought this brush during the lockdown, so 2020, and I absolutely hated it at the time. Like, it was pulling my hair, it was snagging rare. So I gave up on it. And then I gave it about 3 months and I said, you know what, maybe my routine is wrong, maybe something, blah, blah, blah. Revisited, and now it's my go-to brush. My other one done popped down on me. If you know, I ain't saying no names. The comb attachment doesn't stay on. And it started making weird noises, like the fan at the back or something. So I said, we're hanging it up flat screen, okay? So at the moment, this is my go-to one. My only problem with this thing, how on earth are you supposed to wash it? I mean, I have attempted and turned it like this and put it in this, like, but that is my only qualm. Like, how do you clean this thing properly? Like, I'm not talking about just taking the hair out of it and like wiping it with a cloth. Like, how do you clean this thing? I've even tried to take the screws out. It's all long, but we're gonna blow dry now. Story time. You're probably wondering, why are you doing this much of a deep treatment on yourself, and why are you giving yourself this thorough of a blow dry and a straighten? Well, if we take it back to about 12 years ago, so in about 2013, I was getting ready for a wedding, and decided to take myself to a hairdresser in the area that, you know, had been pretty popular, and I had never had a bad experience with them before, so this time shouldn't have been any different. Wrong. I went there for a treatment and a steam and a blow dry, as I would normally go for like every month and a half to 2 months. And another thing, I have had in, oh, look at the shine. And it's not mad oily either, but I have had in passion twists for the past 3 weeks or so, and for some reason I've had the most breakage with that style that I've had with any other style in years. Like, synthetic hair for passion twists is like not the way to go, unless I just bought a really shoddy brand. I mean, I bought the hair off of Amazon, but no bueno. Like, I was constantly tearing the ends apart, like snipping them. I was getting stuck to door handles. Like, surely this is not the way. I loved the style, but if you have any brand recommendations for like hair that I could use, whether that's off AliExpress or something, let me know. I'd really love to do it with human hair. Now that I'm back in the gym like 5-6 times a week, I need to just be able to get up and go. I don't want to have to be like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get up and do a bun or do my hair, or like, I just want to, oh, I'm ready to go to the gym now. Let's just get up. It helped me with being like on time and early to work. That's another thing. had time to eat breakfast because I wasn't having to slip my hair down. It's a winner for me. That hair that I used, I will not be linking that anywhere. It was a 30-inch hair as well, so that's, I mean, I wanted it pretty long, but I did not think by any means it was gonna get knotted like that. Like, ridiculous. And then because of the curl pattern, my own hair was coming out, so it was getting really frizzy. The twists were intact, but the twists were frizzy. Whatever. The shrinkage is absolutely real. My bottle of oil is absolutely busted crusted. This is the Revolution Beauty Deeply, what does this even say? Deeply Define My Curls Multi-Use Hair Oil for thick, coily curls. It's got shea butter, mango butter, and babassu oil. I like it for when I'm blow drying. It came in a subscription box. It came with like the shampoo, the conditioner, the styling cream, the leave-in spray, and this multi-use hair oil. I finished everything except the oil, just because a little goes a long way. You really don't need a lot, but I say that and then I put 4 pumps in my hand, like, do as I say and not as I do. And distribute that all over. Like, you can actually see that my ends suffered after that passion twist debacle. Like, I'm gonna have to find my shit and let it do what it do. That's crazy. Like, I deep conditioned, I pre-pooed, and I did everything yesterday and still listen to my ends. I'm drying the excess oil off on the towel before I handle the blow dryer so it doesn't go flying across the room. Back to my story. So I went for my normal treatment and steam and straighten so that they could trim my hair accurately, right? I had a stylist who, in hindsight, was probably very envious of the health and length of my hair. And I know it sounds so crazy, but I was in my early teens with an absolute full head of hair. I feel like there was some sort of animosity there because of that. So going into this trim now, she said, you know, I'm gonna my usual hairstylist, she said, I'm gonna pass you on to my colleague and she's gonna do the trim. I feel like I'm even missing parts of this. So she said, you know, I just need to take somebody, put them, you know, do a quick wash and put them under the steamer. So I went off to her colleague. Now, her colleague did not do a thorough enough blow dry. So when she went to straighten my hair, there was entirely too much heat used. And after that fact, I ended up getting some heat damage, which prompted my whole journey with the natural hair community on YouTube in about 2013. Next, I'm going to use my pop down straightener. This is from CHERISESVIEW. I've had it for at least 10 years. If it's not broken, then what's the point of me replacing it? Because I literally straighten my hair like 1 to 2 times a year, if that. But I do notice that my hair is a lot healthier and I maintain more of my length when my hair is stretched and or straightened. I'm not talking bone straight, but at least where there's less manipulation. So as you can see, all my heavy heat protectants and all of that have literally melted. It is what it is. So what I'm going to do is straighten it in
big chunks because I'm not really doing a silk press per se. I literally just want to have my hair done. And then I'm going to trim my ends, providing I can find my shears. I don't know if this straightening idea is the best thing, considering I take Oxy Shred to go to the gym, and it makes me, for whatever reason, sweat in places I never sweat. And by that I mean my scalp. I have never been a scalp sweater prior to taking Oxy Shred. It is like, it just makes my head scorching hot. And the only way for me to cool down my body is to sweat from my head, which is wildly inconvenient. I don't know if this is the best idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Why? Because who's gonna beat me up? Exactly. Back in the day with the natural hair movement, don't straighten your hair, no, 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 no. Do you know how many fairy knots I used to get? Yeah, my hair wasn't heat damaged, but the fairy knots, the single strand knots, the splits, that's a topic for another day. I'm just gonna take, when I literally mean, I'm just gonna split this back section into 3 like this, and I'm gonna flat iron it like that, because this is gonna sweat out totally fine. I've got it on the 2nd out of the 3rd heat. I'm not trying to get my hands very close to this. Back in the day, I would have cranked that heat all the way up. Need to hit them roots one more time. I'm just gonna do this throughout the rest of my head. Them twists did an absolute number on my ends.
So as you can see, my ends, you know, that's what my ends looked like at the time, because I was doing a lot of buns and ponytails. And when you tuck your ends into all of these rubber bands, you know, you can tend to get some fairy knots and single strand knots just because of the friction between the hair bands. So the lady started to trim my hair, and you know, she was making it look a certain type of way where she was trying to make it seem like she was more experienced than she was. And I looked at my hair and immediately hated it. There was no real rhyme or reason to why all of my ends were different lengths. Some were cut blunt, some were tapered, some areas had layers. And I called over my regular stylist. Mind you, I'm early teenager, and I said, this is not supposed to look like this. This doesn't look like it when you do it like this. So I said to her, listen, I know I'm gonna lose some length, but I need you to fix this. So she proceeded to basically give me a blunt cut to try and rectify what her colleague had done. At that point, I was very much health and length, not necessarily health over length, but health and length. So I was pissed, to say the least, that this lady had ruined my progress in the name of, you know, wanting to be hands-on in the salon. And I get it, you don't want to look like you're not doing anything at your job as we do with our own jobs, right? So that is what prompted me to learn and go onto YouTube University to straighten and treat and trim my own hair until I could find a stylist that would actually own up to their mistakes and be able to rectify the situation. Now, I did have the option to go back on another day to my same stylist, but it just wasn't in the cards at the time because the wedding was going to be outside of London, so I wouldn't really have time to come back and get my hair sorted out and trimmed properly. And at that point I didn't really want to go back to that salon, but I said if my original stylist was going to be there, we'd go back and do the treatment again and fix the situation. Now, here's where the story takes a bit of a turn. My usual hairstylist was nowhere to be found. When I went back in the salon to look for her, I hadn't booked an appointment at this point, but I wanted to see if she was still there or if I could get an appointment for the next day. They said, oh no, she doesn't work here anymore. And I'm thinking, what do you mean? Yeah, she doesn't work here anymore, so you know, we can help you, blah blah blah. Mind you, this is probably 2 months after the initial trim, and I said no, I'll wait until she comes back. Fast forward a couple years, never saw her again. I feel like she moved back to her home country, but I was so sad.
I would say that was about an inch of hair. Not a lot, so don't be afraid to cut your hair if it is needed. This was going to do me no good. Like throughout the week, this would easily snag on hairbrushes and combs and hairbands and stuff. So I took about an inch and a half off each side just now. Quick dusting. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you like this type of content, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and your family. Don't be scared. I don't bite. And until next time, bye.